Sporting the mom ponytail this week. Oh yeah. Zip up your shirt, please.
What? You don't like the little chest hair?
No.
Right. As you wish, my love.
Got the deep V going.
Hey everybody, I'm Jesse.
I'm Courtney.
And this week's topic is how to fight fair.
Which isn't really a true topic because once you've entered a fight, you have already lost.
So the only way to fight fair is to not fight at all.
Let me know if you can relate to this. You want to see change or growth in your relationship, so you go to your partner and you state your opinion and your perspective, and it turns into they get defensive and say stuff towards you, you get defensive, say stuff back, you start pointing fingers, it gets heated, everybody starts getting all angry at each other, and it ends up in a bitter stalemate, and you end up frustrated and was an unproductive conversation.
And so here we are, we're stuck, and we're not making any progress. Courtney and I, over the years, we've been together over 10 years now, almost married for 10 years, and we're at the point right now where we don't fight. And you're probably saying, bullshit, everybody fights, it's just part of marriage. And we're not saying that we might not fight in the future, but honestly, for several years now, we approach each other differently. And the way we approach each other, well, first let me tell you the story of this guy I work with. He's the foreman on my job site, and from time to time he wears this t-shirt. And on the t-shirt it says, "I'm not arguing, I'm just explaining why I'm right." And it's meant to be one of those funny shirts, but he's honestly that type of guy. And what that is, that attitude, which a lot of us can relate to, we either personally feel connected to that statement, or we have people in our life where it's like, I know so many people that that's their attitude. They just have to be right. And what that attitude is just it's an ego, is what it is. It's a self-righteous attitude. And whenever you approach a situation with the need to be right, what you're doing is elevating your opinion, your perspective as higher than somebody else's. And ultimately, you're never going to be well received if that's your attitude. Because nobody likes to be around arrogant, self-righteous people. And I can personally relate to that. I was that way, and I no longer am that way. And so how I was able to bring about this change in my life personally and then in our relationship was my attitude towards my wife had to change. And people can go through all these kind of programs or whatever and teaching you how to talk or fight fair or do whatever, and follow these steps. But ultimately, if your heart wave or your heart feeling or your attitude towards somebody is still, I'm right, or my perspective is, better than yours or more refined or,
or
judgmental, the other person's going to feel that immediately, and their defenses are going to go up because you're not valuing and honoring their perspective as equally valuable and honored as your own perspective. And so until you can change your heart feelings and your attitude towards your spouse and say, I honor your perspective, I honor your opinion just as much as I honor my own. And then if that's your attitude, I guarantee you can bring up any conversation, you can bring up any topic, no matter how, heated or passionate you are in opposing directions. If you honor and value the other person's opinion just as much as your own, that person's not going to get defensive, and you're going to be able to work through whatever topic it is and come to a resolution that's going to bring about positive change in your relationship. And so this week's challenge for you guys is to do a little self-discovery and look inside yourself and say, hey, what is my attitude towards my spouse? Do I value their perspective and their opinion, however immature or however self-centered you might think it is, do I value their opinion as just as important as my own opinion?
Because I guarantee you, if you don't, they know it before you say a word.
Exactly. And so if you can bring about that change in your own personal life, don't start saying, to your spouse, you need to do this and you need to get your attitude right towards me. No, just focus on your own self. And from there, you're going to see a lot of change in your relationship. So figure out what your attitude is towards your spouse. And if it's the wrong attitude, change it. So yeah, we hope that tip is helpful and it's going to bring about fruit in your life if you apply this concept, if you apply this teaching.
This can be huge, huge, huge.
Yeah. And so yeah, let's not be self-centered. Let's be love-centered and spread the love.
And if this is something where you're kind of going, yeah, I already know that, go ahead and share the video, because who knows who this might help, as far as your friends, your family, people out there. These days it's like we don't always know what's going on in everybody's life. So feel free to share these videos, because who knows who it might help. And these are kind of tips that you can use in all different relationships. So
awesome, guys.
Like, share, subscribe, and we'll see you next week.
Thanks for watching.